Hello everyone, it is Game Day. Welcome back to another video. Now you join me on a park bench at the Wellesley ground in Great Yarmouth. As you can see, Great Yarmouth Town FC, and the match day vlog will already be out on the Game Day YouTube channel, so you can watch that video after you have watched this one. But I am sat on this park bench today because I've got a little bit of time, so I decided to do a little prediction video. Me predicting the Premier League of Darts in 2024. Now, I should just say before these predictions that this is just my opinion. Please do not get too upset in the comments below if I don't predict your favourite darts player to win. There can only be one who wins, and as I say, this is just my opinion. I am no professional. This is just what I think will happen in the Premier League of Darts. So the Premier League of Darts is a darts tournament. It goes all the way around the UK into different arenas and features 8 of the best darts players in the world. Them 8 players being Luke Humphries, Michael Van Gerwen, Michael Smith, Nathan Aspinall, Gerwyn Price, Rob Cross, Peter Wright and Luke Littler. And in case you don't know how the format of the Premier League works, basically these 8 players each night go into a quarter-final stage. What's the 4 winners of that will go into a semi-final, 2 winners of that into a final, and the winner of the final is the winner of that night. They do that for 16 or 17 weeks. I think it might be 16, I'm not sure. They do this for a certain number of weeks. The top 4 at the end of that then go into a playoff, 2 semi-finals, and then the final. And that's the winner of that final on finals night is the overall champion of the Premier League. In terms of points, you get 2 points for reaching the semi-finals, 3 points if you are the runner-up, and 5 points if you are the winner of that night. Also, your points out at the end for the league table. Now, in these predictions, I'm going to predict whether I think each player is either going to finish in the top 4 or whether they are going to miss out on finals nights. I'm not going to predict each night by night, because that is very hard to predict. You know, a player can have a really bad tournament, but could turn up for one night and play the best darts, but for the rest of the night to be very poor and finish last. So, it's in the Premier League, it's about consistency. It's not necessarily about turning up, playing your best darts and winning a night with 110 average overall. It's like, how consistent can you be throughout the whole night? So yeah, that's what I'm going to predict the table basically. So my prediction for 8th place then is former 2-time world champion Peter Wright. Now, it's always a bit harsh. Okay, someone has to be last. Unfortunately, I think it's going to be Peter Wright. Probably the most controversial pick for the Premier League this year. He is the current European champion, but has not performed well at the majors and was particularly poor at the World Championships. He's changed his tactics this year. He's thrown away all his darts. Obviously, he's a perennial darts changer even during matches. But he's thrown all them away. He's sticking with a set of darts, but he's just not playing good darts at the minute. Peter Wright, we know, can play some fantastic darts, and to be honest, all these players at their best are good enough to win the Premier League. However, I would say out of all the players right now, Peter Wright is probably playing the worst darts, and unfortunately I think he's going to get some batterings in the Premier League this year. So 7th place in the Premier League that I'm going to be going for, Nathan Aspinall. He is currently world number 4. He is the reigning match play champion. But again, like Peter Wright, he is not playing his best darts at the minute. He was in the Premier League last year, was consistent, but just missed out on the playoffs. He didn't really win enough nights. You know, he got to the semi-finals. That's as far as he got. He was consistent in getting to the semi-finals, but you know, he couldn't never quite go that next step. And I feel like his darts are heading the wrong way slightly. Again, he had a very poor World Championship, like Peter Wright. He lost 3-0 to rapid Ricky Evans. And while I think all these players will win at least one night. You know, Peter Wright, Nathan Aspinall, I think they'll all win at least one night, but I just don't think the Asp has the darts with the talent that everyone else has got to come in that top 4. Now, 4th place to 6th place, them 3 players, I think this is the hardest to call. To be honest, it's really hard for me to call. The 3 players I think that will fill the positions from 4th to 6th are Gerwyn Price, Rob Cross and Michael Smith. Not necessarily in that order. Mainly, I can't put an order for them 3 players. I know that's cheating a bit, but every time I think about it, I sort of change my mind, really. You know, Rob Cross, Michael Smith, Galen Price, they're all former world champions. Rob Cross is probably playing the best darts at the minute, although I would say on their day at their best, Michael Smith probably plays the best darts. And last year in the Premier League, Galen Price absolutely stormed it, should have won the whole thing, but came up against Michael Van Gerwen in the final, and sadly just missed out. But I mean, he stormed the group stage. That battle could go down to the amount of nights won. They could all finish on the same points. That's how close I think that battle will be. For me, there's nothing that really separates them three players. Yes, if I was to say one to finish in 4th place, I'm probably leaning towards Rob Cross. I mean, I can't just go off the Worlds, but he did get to the semi-finals in the Worlds, whereas Michael Smith and Galen Price had disappointing World Championships. So I'll lean towards Rob Cross for 4th place, but if it was Galen Price or Michael Smith who got 4th place, that would not surprise me. But yes, 4th, 5th and 6th, I will say Rob Cross in 4th, Michael Smith in 5th, Galen Price in 6th. So, 3rd place in the Premier League then, and I'm going to go for the reigning world champion, that is Luke Humphries. Listen, a few months ago, Luke Humphries had won nothing whatsoever. He then went on a 20-game winning streak, which culminated in him winning the world title, among other titles as well. I think he won the Grand Slam and the Players as well. But yeah, he won the World Championship, beating Luke Littler in the final. He went to the Bahrain Darts Masters, slightly disappointing there. But I think in the Premier League, I think he's going to really impress. I think he's going to play some fantastic darts. And I mean, any other year he probably comes top 2. But the 2 players above him, I just can't see them. I mean, for me, the top 2 is the final. I'll get on to how I think finals night will play out in a minute. But yes, Luke Humphries, current world champion. I want to go for him in a very impressive 3rd spot. So the top 2 then, and I think this top 2 battle is going to be very close. In 2nd place, I'm going to go for Michael Van Gerwen, and in 1st place, I'm going to go for Luke Littler. Listen, Michael Van Gerwen in the Premier League just go hand in hand. He's won 7 Premier League titles, more than anyone else, more than the legendary Phil Taylor. He's won 7 Premier Leagues. I think he's been runner-up on 2 further occasions. He just loves the Premier League, Michael Van Gerwen. I think he's going to come 2nd though, behind the sensation, 17-year-old he is now, Luke Littler. I mean, listen, this is obviously the obvious choice. Some would say it's just lazy picking Luke Littler there, but you can't ignore the darts he's playing. At the World Championships, stormed his way to the final. I mean, he had a dart, I think it was double 2 to go 5-top in the final, and if he hits that and goes 5-top, he probably wins it. He didn't. Luke Humphries pulled it back to 4-3 and ended up winning the world title. Luke Littler then goes on to his first event as a PDC professional to the Bahrain Darts Masters, hits a 9-darter, a big fish, and wins the whole thing against some of the best players in the world. You just don't do that. It's just not meant to happen. You're not meant to be this good at 17. I think he's going to take the Premier League by storm. I think Michael Van Gerwen will run him close, but I just can't look past Luke Littler from top in the league stage. He'll definitely win the first night. Also, I'm going to predict nights. Luke Littler definitely wins the first nights. He's going to have a couple of off nights. No one can be that consistent for that many weeks. He'll get knocked out in a couple quarterfinals. Everyone will. Everyone will have bad nights. Everyone will have good nights. But yes, I'm going to go Michael Van Gerwen in 2nd spot, just behind Luke Littler in 3rd. So, the semi-finals of the Premier League finals night at the O2 in London. First semi-final, Luke Littler versus Rob Cross. This is a repeat, of course, of the World Championship semi-final, which Littler won. I believe it was 6-2 over Rob Cross in the end. Rob Cross didn't stand a chance. I don't think he stands a chance here. The thing with Luke Littler is this is finals night, and I think this is what might hamper him in the finals. How is he going to cope, again, on that big stage when there's a trophy on the line? You know, he's been in 2 PDC finals already, Bahrain Darts Masters. There's not that many people there, and it's not a major title, so you can understand him playing and winning that one. But when he was at the World Championship final, did the occasion get to him a little bit? I don't know. Luke Humphries didn't have that much experience in finals to be fair, but Littler had none. But I think he does win the semi-final. I do think he beats Rob Cross, and I do think he advances to the Premier League final. The other semi-final, I'm going to tip, this is probably one of the games of the tournament. Michael Van Gerwen versus Luke Humphries. Listen, this could go either way. Probably goes down to a last leg decider. Cool hand, Luke. current reigning world champion. He'll be playing some fantastic darts, as will Michael van Gerwen, who's won 7 Premier League titles. He is Mr. Premier League. And I think he does make the final here as well. He's made 9 finals in total, winning 7 of them. I think he just edges Luke Humphries here. I wouldn't surprise me if Luke Humphries won. I'm just going to back Michael van Gerwen just on the fact that I'm pretty sure this is Luke Humphries' Premier League debut. Whereas Michael van Gerwen's been here, done that, got the t-shirt many a time before. So, yeah, Michael van Gerwen to progress to the final, meaning that the Premier League final, my Premier League final, would be Luke Littler versus Michael van Gerwen. So, the final of the Premier League of darts, and I've got to go back to what I said a minute ago. So I said Luke Littler versus Michael van Gerwen. Now, with Luke Littler, I think he might be the better darts player, but can he cope with the occasion? That's the big thing. That's what I'm thinking. Again, I think this could be one that goes down to a deciding leg. Can Luke Littler cope with that occasion, a big final, against someone like Michael van Gerwen, who's won 7 Premier Leagues? Can he cope with it? I think he might. You know, I've been on as to whether I think he'll be able to cope with the final. I think with the little experience he's got, he can take that losing World Championship final experience into the Premier League, be relaxed, play his darts, and just edge Michael van Gerwen in the final. So there you go. My prediction for the Premier League champion to be Luke the Nuke Littler. And with that, we have come to the end of another video here on Game Day. And as I said, this is just my opinion, so please don't get too upset if I have offended you with my predictions. As I say, it's just my opinion. Feel free to leave your predictions in the comments below. Tell me who you think will reach the playoffs, who do you think will win the Premier League of Darts in 2024. But yes, we have come to the end of another video on Game Day. If you enjoyed this one, please don't forget to like and subscribe. As I say, leave a comment, share your predictions below, and I'll see you for the next one. Goodbye.